Hi everyone, welcome to episode 2. If you did not make it to episode 1, that is okay, it was not a prerequisite, but unfortunately we have already run into an issue. A friend of mine, some of you already know, is named Cashew. He is a fictional character I met about a year ago on Quora.com. And he was supposed to be here this evening, but due to the snow, he was not able to make it. He also recently went on a pretty big trip, and if I'm being honest, I don't think he found this worth the drive, which does hurt quite a bit, but that's okay. So instead what's going to happen is I'm going to perform an interpretation of his experience, one reason why he cannot be here this evening. So as always, I appreciate your patience, understanding, and sense of humor as I adapt to the circumstances. Thank you. All right. Oh, actually, you can turn that back on. That was a really good job, though. Thanks. There was no one I had to reschedule with when I suddenly had to leave for at least a week to travel up north to support a friend. We met online. She is a critic for a well-read publication focusing primarily on film and television and some theater, exclusively fiction. I've read a lot of her work and first found myself simply agreeing with her and then trusting her taste completely. I became dependent on her takes. I would sometimes recommend things to her, but we never really talked about it, and I'm not sure if she actually ever watched any of them, so I kind of just stopped doing that. And I both admire her and fear her, and I wonder how she feels about me. We've both admitted to this reflection, deep analysis of our shared internet history. I keep opening and closing all of these windows. And there's absolutely nothing romantic between us, though we are both very romantic people. And I've known her longer than I've known anyone at this point. She recently came to visit me where I live in central Pennsylvania. It is the third time we ever met each other in person, and I'm honestly not quite sure how it went. I was going through a significant experience, and she was preoccupied with her own big recent life changes. She recently quit the job she loved to move to a small coastal town to take care of her mother, and now writes food reviews for a local magazine. Obviously, you can watch movies and TV wherever you are, so I wasn't sure why she felt she must end things, and I asked her why she felt she must end things, and all she said to me was, "You don't necessarily have to visit." But I could hear in her voice she was trying to say something other than what she was actually saying, so I decided that I should. She also said that, if I visited, we could go to a fancy restaurant, or any restaurant that she's written a review for. I could join her on one of her comped research meals. Then we could do a polar plunge and both feel rejuvenated. She is a really big swimmer. They like it when I have someone to bounce feedback off of, a second stomach, if you will, and your palate may be different than mine. I don't understand how she could comprehend any disagreement between the two of us pertaining to taste and consumption, but one must eat, And I don't typically eat meat, but for her I will eat seafood so she doesn't have to think about me so much. last night I was there, we went to an experimental play. I saw a poster for it and I thought it might cheer her up, give her something to write about other than seafood. And honestly, I was surprised anything experimental was happening in this small coastal town. There was a pretty good turnout, and this is roughly how it went. Let me fix that problem. That's okay. I've been seeing a bartender, but I'm not a big drinker, though I've found I've been making jokes more. A therapist and her client walk into a bar. The rest is confidential. Your therapist came to the bar where you work. I'm just not satisfied by what I do. I find myself bored frequently. Everything used to be a learning experience, emotional and vicarious. But you understand me deeply, more than anyone. But will I ever be satisfied? What is in it for me? I have all these playlists I've made for other people. We don't have the same taste in music and I don't understand what moves you. I need to make a playlist for you. You need to make a playlist for yourself. You're so wise. I'm good at what I do. But what is really asked of me? Am I just another window on your computer? I'm afraid you're going to leave me. What a complicated thing for you to say. Could I tell you all of the reasons I would leave a client? If they are consistently late, we cannot make progress and I cannot do my work. If they are dealing with anything related to Alzheimer's, dementia, or memory loss, I cannot be unbiased and I cannot do my work. If they are adverse to making progress, some people may have a lot to lose by getting better, and if that is the case, they may not be so inclined to doing so. We cannot make progress because I cannot do my work. I am growing, I promise. I have grown. At the end, Mom was making everything rotate. She thought it was convenient. She had all these objects she wanted within reach, organized on discs. Now mine, all mine. My responsibility. Objects within reach to be disposed of in a capacity that I decide, because nobody cares more than I do. Don't ask me my name or where I am. I cannot remember the day, or how to tie shoes, or that they are tied. I can pre-drill to hell and screw to heaven. I know how to make a plate rotate. This is all very precarious. Can I get you something? I don't drink. Water? Tea? You're taking this too seriously. Ask me how to install a lazy Susan. I have done it plenty of times. But I have no idea what this is. I am good at what I do. I make people happy, sort of. But what is it I'm doing even? Is there more to all of this? Elizabeth, could you just click off on this? Thank you so much. Oh no, that's okay. You can keep that behind the scenes. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, reset because of my technical difficulties. What is really asked of me? Is there more to all of this? I lay on the floor beside my mother's bed and stretch my limbs like a star. One arm is under the bed. There is nothing around the bed. The bed has never moved from this spot, not as long as I have remembered. It is enterable by 3 of its 4 sides like a peninsula, with pristine water you don't see many places. The other night at dinner, my friend was talking about the water at Jackson Creek and how you can't see anything above you, only soft light. I've snorkeled on vacation, twice. You can see everything perfectly, but it wasn't that interesting. I've seen it all in photographs. The progress I make may not be recognized as progress, but it is my progress. The progress I have made may not be commonly understood as progress, but it continues. Personally, I am experimental and unconventional in my productivity, and I'm okay with this, mostly. I fell making a Bloody Mary. Slipped on a celery stalk. Now I want to be an EMT. When they asked me what year it was, and I didn't know, they just told me. And I trusted them completely. Like angels. There's all these songs about memory that won't get out of my head. I don't mind, really. We need things that are easy sometimes. We need things that last a while, like how a year is 365 days long. I want a song about memory that is 365 days long, and I want it to be a really popular song. I don't remember anything I like. I don't even remember how to make a cocktail. Incredibly impressionable. I don't drink. And I won't remember pain until it happens to me again. Therefore, I will avoid it entirely and find meaning in an ambulance, providing basic life support. You remind me of my mother now. So unfortunately, I must end things between us. She likes contemporary pop, and now every time I hear the song, I Got a Feeling, I think of her in bed. Her energy never dies. I know. Fill up my cup? Sorry. I don't do that anymore. I don't even remember how. I am an EMT now. Okay. So, that was the play. Personally, I didn't like it very much. I found it confusing, yet somehow cliche. All of these strange metaphors in places that didn't make any sense. Non sequiturs to nowhere, life, death, the black-eyed peas. First convoluted, and then oddly specific and direct, outcomes overly clear. Anyone could have guessed the egg. It was silly, and everyone around me was clapping. I was surrounded by this ignorant posturing. We didn't understand it, so we reacted with praise. I've never felt so misunderstood within a group of people. And the only good that would come out of it would be to talk about it with my friend in the car. So I turned to her, ready for her critique, and saw that she was deeply moved. I realized it was the one time, to my knowledge, we ever disagreed on media. So I didn't say anything to her, and I traveled home the next day. She wrote about it in her blog, and I will read a portion of her blog. The play, which follows a bartender, his therapist, his romantic partner, is an expressionist nightmare, blurry with blunt specifics and a drifting, loose narrative. But what keeps us attached is the relationship between the therapist and her mother. I moved to this small coastal town to take care of my own mother. Once just retired, she is now distant, but I am not fully forgotten. The memory and understanding of me as her daughter has simply leveled. Forgetting me is like forgetting what you are going to do after passing through a doorway. Who are you, she asks me, is the same as, why did I come in here, standing in the kitchen? The play was recommended by a friend of mine. We met online. He was a big fan of my work. Our correspondence was built mostly upon my media recommendations. He eventually began recommending content for me to watch, but I felt a connection with none of them, so I made the decision to avoid conversation about them rather than hurt his feelings. This play was the first piece he recommended that resonated with me. That's the end of the story. And so that was one of the reasons Cashew couldn't be here this evening. Now, before we leave, I have a great idea, which is that for Sam, we take a photo of the whole room, and this was Sam's idea too. So can I borrow your phone? But that is the end of the play.